This book came about in an unusual way. One of us, David, has been a science writer for more than 35 years and has written many books on astronomy, cosmology, physics and philosophy, even an encyclopedia of recreational math. The other, Agnijo, is a brilliant young mathematician and child genius with an IQ of at least 162, according to Mensa, who, at the time of writing, has just finished training in Hungary in preparation for the 2017 International Mathematics Olympiad. Agnijo started coming to David for tuition in math and science at the age of 12. 3 years later, we decided to write a book together. We sat down and brainstormed the topics we wanted to cover. David, for instance, came up with higher dimensions, the philosophy of math, and the math of music, while Agnijo was keen to write about large numbers, his personal passion, computation, and the mysteries of primes. Right from the start, we chose to lean toward anything unusual or downright weird, and to connect this weird math, where possible, with real-world issues and everyday experience. We also made a commitment not to shy away from subjects just because they were tough, adopting as a mantra that if we can't explain something in plain language, then we don't properly understand it. David generally took on the historical, philosophical, and anecdotal aspects of each chapter, while Agnijo grappled with the more technical aspects. Agnijo fact-checked David's work, and David combined all the writing into finished chapters. It all worked surprisingly well. We hope you enjoy the result. A note to the listener. You'll find an occasional equation or an unfamiliar combination of numbers, such as 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3, especially in the chapters on large numbers and infinity. If you're a non-mathematician, don't be put off. They're just shorthand for ideas that, hopefully, we explain well enough in advance and thereby help us delve a little faster and deeper into the subject than would otherwise be possible. One of us, David, has taught math privately to students for many years, and has yet to come across one who can't be good at it once they believe in themselves. The fact is that we're all natural mathematicians, whether we realize it or not. So, with that in mind, let's take the plunge. 1. The math behind the world. Even stranger things have happened, and perhaps the strangest of all is the marvel that mathematics should be possible to a race akin to the apes. Eric T. Bell. Physics is mathematical not because we know so much about the physical world, but because we know so little. It is only its mathematical properties that we can discover. Bertrand Russell. In terms of intellectual ability, Homo sapiens hasn't changed much, if at all, over the past 100,000 years. Put children from a time when woolly rhinos and mastodons still roamed the earth into a present-day school, and they would develop just as well as typical 21st century youngsters. Their brains would assimilate arithmetic, geometry, and algebra, and if they were so inclined, there would be nothing to stop them from delving deeper into the subject and someday perhaps becoming professors of math at Cambridge or Harvard. Our neural apparatus evolved the potential to do advanced calculations and understand such things as set theory or differential geometry long before it was ever applied in this way. In fact, it seems a bit of a mystery why we have this innate talent for higher mathematics when it has no obvious survival value. At the same time, the reason our species emerged and endured is that it had an edge over its rivals in terms of intelligence and an ability to think logically, plan ahead, and ask, what if? Lacking other survival skills, such as speed and strength, our ancestors were forced to rely on their cunning and foresight. A capacity for logical thought became our one great superpower, and from that, in time, flowed our ability to communicate in a complex way, to symbolize and make rational sense of the world around us. Like all animals, we effectively do a lot of difficult math on the fly. The simple act of catching a ball, or avoiding predators, or hunting a prey, involves solving multiple equations simultaneously at high speed. Try programming a robot to do the same thing, and the complexity of the calculations involved becomes clear. But the great strength of humans was their ability to move from the concrete to the abstract, to analyze situations, to ask if-then questions, to plan ahead. The dawn of agriculture brought the need to accurately track the seasons, and the coming of trade and settled communities meant that transactions had to be carried out and accounts kept. For both of these practical purposes, calendars